Hello, this is Manesh Patel from IchimokuTrade.com. Today is December 9th, 2013. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures market out. Okay, we're going to go through everything from the commodity futures to heating oil to crude oil, natural gas to bonds and so forth. Okay, normal disclaimer, this is for education use only. If you decide to buy or sell any particular instrument based on these videos, you're doing that at your own risk. Today we're going to pretty much look at all the future products in TradeStation. Here are our contact details here. Here's our email address here, along with our phone numbers here for certain locations. We also have some other phone numbers on the website too. If you go to ichimokutrade.com, you could access any of our free videos, Facebook, blogs, Twitter, instructional things on TradeStation, indicators, and all kinds of other things too. So it's a great resource available out there. Okay, so let's go straight to TradeStation, start looking at future products. Remember, the chart on the left-hand side is basically the daily time frame. Chart on the right-hand side is basically the weekly time frame. So let's first start looking at soybean oil. And if you look at soybean oil, it's bearish trending on both the daily and weekly. Nothing exciting going on right now there. You could see here, support on this guy is going to be around 40. Resistance is going to be basically around 41. Nice and even. Corn, if you look at corn, continues to go down here. Finally decided to bottom out. The weekly still bearish, believe it or not, but decided to bottom out around 418. Resistance on this guy, if you look at it, the major resistance is going to be 506.48, but that's far away. The minor one's going to be around 448 moving forward, but this is still bearish trending, so be very careful on trying to go long on this one. If you're trying to go counter trend, it's not quite ready as of right now because momentum's still to the bearish side. Cocoa continuous futures, if you look here, this is basically bullish trending here with a support around 2710, resistance going to be around 2800, and you could see from the daily time frame here, if I shrink this guy down, you could see that basically it's deciding to start to consolidate here right around a resistance of 2800, and again the support is around 2710. If it breaks that support at 2710, this can sit there and go for a major pullback where it can get to about 2600. If it gets to 2600, then it does have a high probability of getting down to 2500 now, which will be its medium pullback moving forward. Crude oil here basically bounced off the support here, which we had outlined in Twitter here for everyone, which was around 92.67. I can't remember the exact value here. It went basically up to its resistance value that we had marked off, bounced off the resistance value here, which is the red line here, and slowly starting to trickle downwards here. Next support on this one's going to be around 94.92. That's going to be a critical level for crude oil to determine exactly what it's going to do. If it bounces off there and holds that support, then it does have the ability to sit there and get to 102.13 moving forward. If it breaks that, then it will retest the low and does have a possibility going lower into the 89 levels. So definitely keep an eye out on crude oil. If you look at cotton here, you could see here on the daily time frame looks bearish trending here, then it decided to consolidate here at the bottom and then decided to come up to its resistance level right now, which is about 80.78. It's holding here at the resistance level. If it breaks that, then it does have a possibility of getting to 85.44. If not, it does have the ability to come all the way back down to support around 80. I would say minor support at 78 and major support at 76. But this thing, if you look at it on the weekly time frame, is doing nothing but consolidating at all, which is up here. If you're going to sit there and go bearish, I definitely would go, if you're going to take a side, I would definitely look at going bearish to retest low here. And it actually is a great level right now based on long-term charts on the weekly to go bearish, but you got to make sure the lower time frames, you have some setups on the lower time frames and so forth to go bearish. Right now the daily's not set up, but you may have something on the lower time frames that does set it up. Dollar really not doing anything at all. As you can see, the daily chart is very ugly because it's consolidating. On the weekly chart, it's really not doing anything at all. Minor resistance is going to be 80.48. Major resistance is going to be 82.28, and support is going to be 79.52, as you can see. What is this one? This is the mid-cap S&P 500s. We already discussed that in the global market, so let's move on. Feeder cattle really not doing anything here. Had a bullish trend here, decided to consolidate here. Resistance on this one's going to be 165.587. Support on this guy is going to be about 158.013. It is in a mode where it needs to pull back. If it pulls back to 158.013, holds it, then it does have the ability to sit there, come back to 165 and then 170. Right now, this kind of needs a little breather where some profit taking does need to take place, and that's kind of the reason why this is in the cloud and the daily charts, which is indicating consolidation. 5-year Treasury notes here, you could see that kind of had a bullish trend here, decided to consolidate the top, finally sat there and broke down, came into the cloud right now. Resistance is going to be 120, 18.5. Support on this guy is going to be roughly about minor support is going to be 120. Major support is going to be 119, 12.2. Heating oil. If you look at heating oil, really not doing anything except consolidating between 2.8519 and 3.1403. So nothing exciting going on at all between heating oil. If you look at coffee, it continues to go down here. You could see the support on this guy right there, which is going to be about 105. Moving forward, resistance on this guy is going to be 108.45, but this is still very, very strong bearish trending going down. So coffee is still going on very, very strong, so definitely keep an eye on that one. Live cattle, nothing really going on here, nothing exciting at all. If you look at this, resistance is going to be about 134.50. Support on this guy is going to be about 132.50 moving forward. That's a minor one. Major one is going to be around 131.46. Lean hogs really not going on at all. It looks bearish trending here in the daily, but then it looks bullish over here. So this is naturally going for a bullish trend right now. It's at a medium pullback where it's at a major support, which is definitely at about, I would say about 89.48 is its major support, which is stuck at. If it breaks that support, then it does have the ability to get to about 85, which would be its major pullback level. But that's there. The next resistance level is 91.16 on this. Natural gas. If you look here in natural gas, it took off over here. You could see it was at the middle of the consolidation pattern last week, which is at 4.079. It broke through there, so it's trying to get to the top of the consolidation pattern, which is 4.526. The bottom of the consolidation is about 3.455. Moving forward. So this is bullish trending here, going up drastically, where it did break this minor resistance here, 4.017. Does need a pullback before it sit there and go back up to 4.526. The pullback levels that definitely be looking at is 4.017 or 4.079 as we move forward. Oats on the oats here looks like a bullish trend here on the daily, but if you look at it, basically it's consolidating. Got to the top of the consolidation pattern, which is around 337. The middle of the consolidation is about 297.68, and the bottom is basically around 260. So that's basically just consolidating overall. But if you look at it on the daily, this looks like a nice bullish trend here. But I'd be very careful in looking for it to kind of continue to keep on going up. If it does, it will break out the consolidation on the daily, on the weekly too, which would be major. But I don't think it's going to happen overnight without at least pulling back. Orange juice really not doing anything. Had a big move up here, a little spike today. If you can notice that, went up and then kind of closed right back at the resistance here. Really not doing anything here if you look at it. Resistance on this is 145. Support's going to be 133.33. Platinum, bearish trending here, but if you look at the weekly time frame, really nothing going on, just consolidating. Support on this one's going to be 1350. Resistance is going to be 1430. The daily does look like it's trying to sit there and trend, but it just bleeped a little below this support here and then came back up, which is not good at all. So that's not looking good for the platinum at all moving forward. We went for natural gas. Rough rice. Nope, that's gasoline. Gasoline got to its resistance level 2.739. 5, which we basically marked up to be the top of the consolidation pattern last week. Bounced right off that guy. Is trying to come back to about 2.6274, which would be the bottom of the consolidation pattern. And then we'll have to see exactly what happens there. Whichever one it breaks with support resistance, that's which way it's going to go. But either way, it's consolidating in the big range, which is 2.500 all the way up to about 3. Rough rice, here's rough rice here, bounced off the resistance level of 15.905908 that we marked last week. It's at a minor support at basically 15.400. If it breaks the support here, then this is basically going to get to the middle of the consolidation pattern, which is around 15, and then it does have the possibility of then going lower to the bottom of the consolidation pattern, which is about 4.200. The daily looks very ugly, went up here, it's not holding this support here, which was basically the middle of the consolidation pattern, so it does have the ability to go lower. Soybeans, this has been an interesting one here. Very volatile moves here, as you can look like here from the bottom of the consolidation pattern up here. Really, this is one ugly instrument right now to play. And if you look at it here, it's trending, decided to consolidate, try to make a move to retest this high, failed, pull back here to major support right there, which is about 1250 or so. I'm gonna mark it up, see the exact value here. Yeah, 1250. Kind of held there, now trying to make a move back up here to about 1408 here. If it makes a move second time, then it does have a high probability of getting to the 1500 level or maybe higher. But this is one ugly instrument to definitely trade right now. We've been looking at this one, trying to find some possibilities, but nothing there. Now sugar, on the other hand, is an interesting one. As you can see here, it's nicely bearish trending, pulled back here, did a major pullback to the cloud. Now it's basically retesting the high, so it's basically stuck here at the support of 1651. This is a very critical level for sugar right now moving forward. If it breaks that level, this thing's going to tank to a whole new level there. If it doesn't, it's got its next resistance going to be 1834, which it has to break. If it sits there, holds its support, and then goes to that resistance, then this does have a possible chance of consolidating or possibly reversing in the future. Gold, not really doing anything at all, still very strong bearish. You could see here it's been doing medium pullbacks. It's trying to get to 1183, which is what we marked off last week. Resistance on this one's going to be 1307. Soybean meal, soybean meal, as you could see, pop here, break the little minor consolidation pattern at 410, moving to a next level here, broke the resistance on the weekly time frame, which is at 424, and you could see here, mark this up, and it's holding that little ground here. So this thing does have the ability to now to sit there and start trending to the bullish side at a whole new level. So definitely keep an eye on this one moving forward. But you want it to kind of break that 440 level with vengeance, which is not quite doing yet. So be very careful there, but keep an eye on that one. This is 2-year Treasury notes, really not doing anything at all. Then this minor pullback right now to 110,01.2 is the support. Resistance, of course, is going to be way up there. Which is going to be around 110,06. 10-year, which a lot of people have been looking at. I don't know why. It's nothing exciting going on here. So, you know, it's nothing exciting here at all. Resistance on 125,03. Support on this guy is going to be roughly around, we're at a minor support right now. If it breaks that minor support level, then it's going to go down to 121,30. 30-year Treasury notes. Basically at a major support right now, 128, 32, 23.32s. Resistance on this one is going to be 123, 11.32s. Weekly time frame, wheat. If you could look here on wheat, basically retesting the low here, which is about 6, or exactly where we're at right now. It's retesting the low. If it breaks that level, we're going to go down to a whole new level here. If it holds, it's got to get above 665, I would say, in order to I would say 685. If it gets above 685, then it could possibly go for a major pullback to the upside, but it's at very dangerous ground right now where this thing can tank to a whole new level going down. Excuse me. Excuse me. Silver, just like gold, trying to retest the low at 1850, slowly getting there. Resistance on this one's going to be 21.79. And lastly, copper, really nothing going exciting at all right now. It's just consolidating at the bottom. Support's going to be 3.1149. Resistance on this guy is going to be about 3.40. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Look forward to speaking to you next week. Here are our contact information.